So in today's lesson, I'm going to show you how to multiply 2 digits by 2 digits numbers. And there are a few tricks that we could use. This is the first one that I'm going to show you. There are 2 more tricks after that. There's a condition for the first method, and this is the first method that I'm going to use. So to do this, 47 times 43 give you 2021. How could you find this out without using a calculator? So here's the little trick, okay? So you look at the first digit from here, multiply this digit by the number that comes right after it when you count. So after 4 comes 5 when you're counting. So 4 times 5 is 20. And then after that, you just take the ones digit from here and the ones digit from here, which is 7 times 3. And that gives you 21. And that's what we have there, 21. So that's how we get to the 2021. Let's try this one more time. So the next digit to 5 is 6. So 5 times 6 will give you 30. So we put that there. And then you take the ones digit, which is the 8 and the 2. So 8 times 2 will give you 16. And that you stick that right in here. So 58 times 52 is 3016. Now, I'm going to leave this for you to do. So you could try this one here. Okay. And I'll show you one more though. For this one, the next number that comes after 9 is 10. So basically here, we go 9 times 10, which is 90. And then here, 6 times 4, which gives you 24. Now, can we do this when we have 3 digits? Yes, we can. So we look at the 11. And we multiply the 11 by the number that comes right after it, which is the 12, which gives me 132. And then I take the 7 times 3. So the ones digit, you multiply them, you get 21, and that's what you put right here. Okay, so this is how you do the first method. But did you notice something about the first method? With the first method, there's a condition. And if this condition is not satisfied, you cannot do it. So if you notice in the this first method that the 10th digit here, it's a 4 and a 4 here. The 10th digit is 5 and 5. The 10th digit here is 3 and 3 and 9 and 9. So in this condition right here, the 10th digit, they have to be the same. So it's 3 and 3, 5 and 5, 4 and 4. And not only that, also the ones digit, which is the first number from here and here, they have to add up to 10. So see, 7 plus 3 gives you 10 there. The 8 plus 2 gives you 10 there. And the 9 plus 1 gives you 10 here. Okay. Now, as I said, try this one on your own and pause, try it on your own, and then I'm going to show you how to do it now. So again, you go 3 times 4, which is 12. And then 9 times 1 is 9. But the answer of 9 times 1, you have to write it as 09 because you have to have the 2 digits right here. So again, the condition for this to work is the 10th digit, which is here and here, they have to be the same. And that the 2 numbers or in the ones digit, they always have to add up to 10. So if this condition is satisfied, then this magic will work. Otherwise, the magic wouldn't work anymore. Okay, but I'm going to show you another way of multiplying 2 digits by 2 digits. So there we go. So here's the other method that lots of kids like to use. It's much faster than the conventional method that we learned in school. So how does this method go? Okay, so this method goes, the first thing you have to multiply this way, and then you cross multiply and add, and then you multiply this way. But let me show you what you're supposed to do. Okay. So 3 times 2, that's what you're supposed to do. 3 times 2, you get 6. Now you cross multiply to 2 times 4 is 8, and 2 times 3 is 6. So you add these 2 numbers. 8 plus 6 is 14. So you put 4, and then you have 1 left over. And then you multiply this way. 2 times 4 is 8, and you have 1 left over. So that's 946. Okay. Let's try this one. So again, multiply this way, cross multiply and add, and then multiply that way. So 6 times 6 is 36. So you put a 6 there, and you have a 3 as a remainder. Now 6 times 3 is 18, and 2 times 6 is 12. You add these two numbers, you get 30. And now you add the remainder to that, that's 33. So you put a 3 there, and you still have another remainder of 3. And now you go 2 times 3 is 6, and you add the remainder, that's 3, you get 936. All right. Now, the next thing is you go 8 times 1, cross multiply, and then 5 times 2. So 1 times 8 is 8. And then you cross multiply, so 1 times 2 is 2, and 5 times 8 is 40. So 40 plus 2 is 42. So you put the 2 here, and you know 4 is a remainder. And then 5 times 2 is 10. You add the remainder to the 10, you get 14. We'll do one more. So there, cross multiply and add, and multiply this way. So 2 times 8 is 16. You put a 6, and 1 is a remainder. Now 2 times 1 is 2. 1 times 8 is 8. You add these two, you get 10, and you still have a remainder of 1. So that makes it 11. You put a 1 there, and you have a 1 as a remainder. Now 1 times 1 is 1. You add the remainder to that, and you get 216. And this method will work with all 2-digit numbers. So it doesn't matter, not like the first condition, the first one that we did with the condition. This doesn't have any condition. You could apply it all the time. Okay, so we'll go to the next method, which is the third method. And the third method is magical. You're gonna see this one. So here's the last trick. The last trick is when you multiply 2-digit number by itself. So the trick for this one is, if you know 27 times 27, we could just write 27 squared. Okay. So after that, what you do, you multiply the 2 by the 7, also by the square. So 2 times 7 is 14, times 2 is 28. All right, so keep that in mind now. And what you want to do, you want to square the first number, which you get 4, and you got to write it as 0, 4. And you square the 7, and you get 49. After this, what you do, you add the 28 to this number, but you have to skip that ones digit, and you put the 28 right here. And when you add this, you're going to get 9. 4 plus 8 is 12. 1 is a remainder. 4 plus 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. So that's 729. So we do the same thing here. We have 34 times 34. So I'm just going to write this as 34 squared. Now, as I said, you multiply the 3, 4, and 2. So 3 times 4 times 2. So we get 24. So let's just keep that in mind. I square the 10th digit, and I get 9. So I write it as 09. And then square the 4, and you get 16. Now what you do, you bring the 24. You skip the ones digit, and you put the 24 right underneath here. Now you add, you get 6. 1 plus 4 is 5. And 9 plus 2 is 11. So the answer for this one is 1156. And here we said this would equal 729. We'll do one more. So here, the same thing. We go 87 squared. So what we do now, we multiply the 8 times 7 times 2. And that will give me 112. Again, it's 8 times 7 and times the square there. And then the next thing is square the 8 and you get 64. and you square the 7 and you get 49. And after that, what you do, you just take the 6449 and add this 112 to it, but you have to skip the ones digit. So they put the 2, 1, 1 right here. So 9, 4 plus 2 is 6, 4 plus 1 is 5, and 6 plus 1 is 7. Now just pause and try this one before you watch how I'm gonna do the answer. So just this for you to try it out and see if you're gonna get the right answer, okay? So, okay, again, you write the 65, since a number multiplied by itself just means squared. And now you multiply the 6 times 5 here, the 2 digits, and multiply by the 2 there. So that gives you 6 times 5 is 30 times 2 is 60. Now you square the 6, you get 36. And you square the 5, you get 25. You take the 60, you write it underneath here. You skip the ones digit, of course. And then 5, 2 plus 0 is 2, 6 plus 6 is 12. So you put 2 there and 1 is remainder, 1 plus 3 is 4. And that's basically the last trick that you could use with multiplying 2 digits by 2 digits. They have different conditions, the first one and the second and the third one. The second one, you could apply it all the time. So hopefully this helps some of you that when you're missing your calculator, you could go use this and you'll find it really fast to do. So thanks for watching again. Till next time. Bye-bye.